Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Aero Models Club. Well, we're going to take up the 90mm, the 6S powered version of the F-4 Phantom from FREEWING. Not really a remade because I've flown the plane many times, but this will be the first time using the AS3X. I had the Spectrum receiver in her, but I upgraded the receiver to the AS3X Plus, so now I'll be flying it with the AS3X Plus settings engaged. Do not have a nose wheel gyro in this one, because I've used up my channels, but may do it in the future. But really, this is a very fun plane to fly. Can be a very challenging plane.
Be careful.
All right, right, left, up, down, right, left. And I went in there and removed the stock push rod that controls the elevator, and I put a heavy grade, not a Dubros, but it's a heavy grade push rod in there with a real heavy grade ball link, so that I got because it had a little bit of play in the elevator. Well, there's no play in the elevator now. So, all right. Okay. Let me get her turned around here. Oh, I just dropped a missile. Well, I didn't drop a missile, I dropped a tank. And I have found that the Phantom, even though with or without the ordnance, I really can't tell much difference with or without the ordnance. I've flown it with and without, and maybe it's just me, but
Starting the fun over.
all right. All right.
Braking. Cruise mode.
Now this has no cheater holes in the bottom,
Starting the fun over.
so braking is very effective on this plane. All right.
Takeoff flaps.
Here we go. Timer set for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. 5,000 or 6,000 HRB.
The gear is up.
A little bit up elevator.
AS3X mode.
I guess it helps if I turn the AS3X on.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Beautiful plane. Beautiful plane. I'm gonna take it out.
Retracts deployed.
All right, bring it by.
Landing flaps. Flaps are up. Time remaining 2 minutes.
There. I think you're right.
Landing flaps. Braking.
Somebody get me some. Somebody get me some toast, because I got all the butter.
You're losing your gas tank again.
Well, I didn't pay my gas bill. I may have them on the wrong side. That may be. Let me get her up one more time. I'm going to take the tanks off this time. All right. I may have them on the wrong side.
Flaps are up.
All right.
Time remaining 1 minute.
All right. Take her up one more time.
Takeoff flaps. Flaps are up.
When she's ready to go, she goes.
Seconds. Landing flaps. 20 seconds. Ten. Braking. Cruise mode.
All right, that'll
Prop is secured.
have 2 seconds left on that timer. We'll do another flight here in a little bit, and we'll talk about both flights after the second flight. Combine them both. All right, stay tuned. Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, second flight on the Phantom. 90mm 6S Phantom. All right.
Takeoff flaps.
Here we go.
Starting the fun over.
Run a 6000 HRB.
Flaps. The gear is up. Time remaining 3 minutes. Retracts deployed. Landing flaps.
Come by dirty.
Flaps are up.
Well, a little bit dirty.
Landing flaps.
Line up for the runway.
Braking. Cruise mode. Flaps are up.
All right. I don't like landing from the east, but that's the way the wind is today.
Time remaining 2 minutes. Takeoff flaps.
All right, here we go.
is up. Retracts deployed. The gear is up.
Fast pass.
Retracts deployed. 1 minute. Landing flaps.
Line up my approach. Wings level, wings level.
Braking. Cruise mode. Flaps
I'll
are
tell
up.
you, reverse thrust is so effective on this plane. You have no cheaters underneath. So you get full effect of that reverse thrust. So you want to ease into it.
Prop is secured. Safe to approach.
All right, we still have 38 seconds left, but I'm not going to push it for another takeoff and landing. Let's take it back to the bench. We'll talk about both flights. Well, hey folks. All right, we're back. Both flights in the tank, or in the bank now. First flight, we flew for the full time, and I had 35% left on a 6000 HRB that has a 50C discharge. Now this flight, I cut it short by 30 seconds. And let me see how much is left in the tank here. Let me unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. Flew her pretty hard this time too, though. I wasn't really babying her. And 43% left. All right. Now, let me go over the plane rates itself, and then we'll talk about AS3X Plus settings. I'm running, and I don't remember, it's an AR820T. It's the 8-channel telemetry safe receiver. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you placement before we put that away. Run a 5,000, 6,000, 30,000, whatever you run in here. You want to put it right there, basically 2 inches in on that wood tray. What the idea is that whenever you put the battery hatch on, or the canopy on, see where my finger's wiggling, that dam right there, that dam needs to just rub on the front of that battery. If you do that, you'll have perfect CG placement every time. Now, the only thing I've done is given our clear coat, KM model afterburner, and I've done that little antenna mod there so I can grab a hold of the battery hatch without having to dig out with my fingers. Now, CG on the plane, I actually wrote it down, 190 millimeters back. Actually, I think it's from the rear, but anyways, it's right there. You see these hard wood, or these hard plates here, the wood screw, or the screw hole there, right there is where I got it. It's 190 millimeters back. Okay, let me put it up. I don't have the ordnance on, the gear is down, and CG's slightly nose heavy, which is what you want with this plane. This is one of them jets that you do want to be slightly nose heavy, like a warbird. All right, let's talk about plane rates. Not AS3X, but actual plane rates themselves. All right, flew in my high rates the entire time. Aileron, 100%, 30% expo. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. Rudder, 100%, 30% expo. Flap systems. There is a little bit of a mix. Flaps up, 100%. Flaps, takeoff flap, negative 35% with a 5% down elevator. Landing, negative 100% with a negative 15% down elevator. So negative 100, negative 35, and 100. All right, 2-second deployment on the flaps. Talk about AS3X settings that I just flew in. And I like sharing these settings and everything after I've done the flight. That way you saw it in action. I've proven my rates as being working. All right, AS3X settings. My gains from 4 on the roll, pitch, and yaw. It's going to be in that order. Roll, I set it to 30. My pitch at 40, and my yaw at 50. Priorities, 100 across the board. Roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with heading. My stop lock, I changed everything from 35 up to 50, all 50, roll, pitch, and yaw. On the release rate, didn't mess with it. It's still 55, 55, and 75. My gain sensitivity is at 1 time, and I've done nothing else with the plane. I do not have the nose wheel gyro engaged. I simply don't have the channel for it, or I just haven't made the channel for it. I haven't done it yet, put it that way. We still have 38 seconds left. Show you a few features of the plane. Of course, I got the KM model afterburner. When I got the plane, when I was putting it together, I learned the hard way about servo testing lights. Okay, do not servo test the lights on a free wing plane by themselves. Sometimes it'll burn them out. So that, I don't know if it's a navigation light or indicator light, the flashing white right there, normally that would be red. I burned it out, but I had another crashed plane because I had several crashed planes, and I ran a new light and plugged that in. Other than that, she's all stock. Okay, the gear on this plane does have a little bit of time to go up and down, so you need to pay attention to that. But the biggest thing is paying attention to how long it takes to go down. Okay, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So allow yourself a good 8 seconds for that gear to come down for your approach. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. We talked about CG, we talked about rates, talked about AS3X. Reverse thrust, as y'all saw, there's no cheater on the bottom, so it's very, very effective. And that is the 90mm 6S powered F-4 Phantom from FREEWING. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God is good. God bless each and every one of y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, that F-4 Phantoms. Bye, y'all.